Before we start drawing the figure, there are three things I want to look at. First, the proportions, where the main parts of the body are in relation to each other. Second, the line of action, which helps us to understand the movement and flow of the pose. And third, the main shapes. Instead of getting caught up in the small details, we'll simplify the figure into a few basic shapes. I'll also use the centerline to help me measure and position the figure. Once we understood these three things, we can start the drawing. So I'm not thinking about details yet. I'm just still thinking about the proportions, the line of action, and the main shapes. So this drawing I'm doing at the moment is the main shapes, and that's the top is the shirt, and the middle is the shorts, and then I just roughly curve the leg accordingly, and to get the proportion right. So I'm not thinking about any details. I want to establish the overall height and position of the figure. I use a light center line as a reference, and so the head is a unit of measure. The shoulders are about half a head, actually. So you just make a halfway point somewhere between the first head and the second head. Now you've got to keep these lines very light, and I apologise if it's a bit too light for you, but it gets much better pretty soon. But you've got to have light lines to start with. If you get heavy lines, you are committed to a drawing which isn't a good drawing. So this is going to be a good drawing because I'm adjusting all the time. So look at the whole figure before concentrating on the individual parts. And compare. It doesn't have to be like mathematically totally accurate. You've got to adjust it all the time, but you compare the rather than guess, put it that way. So I'm looking at relationships, not measurements in centimetres. And I like to move around the drawing. I don't like to finish off the shorts and then move on to the shirt or anything like that. I like to move around and bring it all up together. And that way I sometimes see, oh, the shorts need to be a bit longer, or she needs to be a bit slimmer. So I'm comparing all the time. Still not thinking about details. So when I feel that I've got the proportions correct, then I can start to loosely put in the details. it's very important to get those proportions right. According to the head as a unit of measure, the crotch is about approximately halfway, because we're all different, but that's an approximation. So the legs are about half of the body. So the drawings at the top, the line of action is the second drawing, and it's a very simple line of action. So it curves from the top of the head to the forward foot, and on the other side it goes from just up around her ankle to the top of the head, and they're pretty even because she's walking. You must always try and get that line of action right, because it's how can I say, it's her pose, her actual pose. Now I just leave the arms to now. I'm really the arms aren't as important as the head, the top of the chest and vertebrae. The line of action goes through her top of her breastbone, if you like, the sternum. Actually, the manubrium, the little notch up there, that's that you can feel just below your neck. That's a good line of action, vertical line, and it shows you just how much she's evenly placed, more or less. There's a little bit more of her putting weight on her right, her left leg. So you get that right, and then you start worrying about the arms. The arms are approximately the same length in this case, and they just hang loosely by her side, just a little bit out from her hips. I'm constantly going back to the center line to just check everything, compare the left side to the right side, etc., especially in the legs. And I'm not trying to make a perfect outline in one stroke. That's a no-no, and in my opinion, you've got to search for the form, and that's why you use light lines. And also look for the little negative spaces in between, the space between her wrists and her hips. That's a little negative space, so that you know you're right. Now, as you can see, I'm drawing the plastic bag that she's carrying. I'm drawing part of the details of her shorts and shirt. But I don't want to focus on the clothing until I'm pretty right that there is a body underneath those clothes. So you've got to think about the anatomy, almost forget about the clothing, and then see how the clothing is attached to her body. So any fold lines and things like that, they've got to be just gentle and appropriately placed. So don't try and draw every fold or anything like that. Choose the ones that explain the form. And the face and the hair don't need a great deal of detail. It's a sketch, it's not a finished product, but you can just suggest her features and the light on her hair. We just come in with a bit of shading now, just to try and make the figure more 3D. And the light is coming from the right, so that the side of the leg, the inside thighs will be darker than the outside, particularly on the right. Her left leg, that is. Now just sketch in a little bit of detail. It's a Japanese railway station and she's just walking down the platform. I don't want to compete with the figure. And I'm strengthening the lines a bit now with a 2B pencil. It's very important now to put some accents into the line work. And you do those lines a bit briskly. You don't search out. Now you've got it pretty right, and it's looking good. Now I could, of course, put more dark against the on the right side, and on the left side there's some shadow, but I don't feel it's necessary at this stage. A little bit of cast shadow. And that's the finished drawing. The important thing today wasn't really the detail, it was what we did before we started drawing, checking the proportions, finding the line of action, looking for the main shapes. If you can get into the habit of doing those three things first, I think you'll find figure drawing becomes much easier. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next drawing.